was a radical left judge, but very importantly, what did you not tell me in that question or statement that you made pretty much of a statement, I think?
Well, I was asking for your response.
No, you didn't say what the judge said, though. The judge said, but you can leave the 300 people that you already have in place. They can continue to be in place. That's all we need. But why didn't you put that as part of your statement? Because the same judge ruled exactly as you said, except the judge said that you could leave the 300 people that you already have in place. They can stay, they can remain, they can do what they have to do. Thank you very much, everybody. We appreciate it.
Breaking news out of California, and the state's Supreme Court has ruled that more than 300 National Guard troops in Los Angeles will remain deployed until further notice. Governor Gavin Newsom had strongly criticized the deployment after he and the mayor of Los Angeles lost control of the city earlier this year. He quickly filed a lawsuit challenging President Trump's authority during the crisis. In a surprising decision, the left-leaning court sided with Trump, marking yet another setback for Newsom. The ruling is being seen as a humiliating defeat for the governor, whose attempts to boost his national profile by taking on Trump have repeatedly backfired. Voters are beginning to question his motives, and his standing with the Democratic base appears to be slipping. While the National Guard issue is settled for now, the California Supreme Court is preparing to rule on another high-stakes case. Newsom's controversial redistricting plan set to appear on the state ballot this November.
What then ensued was the use of tear gas, flashbang grenades, rubber bullets, federal agents detaining people and undermining their due process rights. Donald Trump, without consulting California law enforcement leaders, commandeered 2,000 of our state's National Guard members to deploy on our streets, illegally and for no reason. This brazen abuse of power by a sitting president inflamed a combustible situation, putting our people, our officers, and even our National Guard at risk.
Governor Gavin Newsom lashed out publicly, complaining that his leadership was being overshadowed by the President of the United States. He fumed over the National Guard's use of tear gas to contain violent protests and rioting in Los Angeles, claiming that Trump alone should be blamed. But let's be honest, if Newsom had done his job in the first place, Trump would have never needed to send in the Guard. That's just common sense, something the California governor seems to lack. Americans are waking up. They've had enough of lawlessness. Unsafe streets and elections undermined by illegal immigration. Voters put Trump in office because they wanted security and accountability. And now, even in California, people are beginning to notice the difference. This will spell disaster for Newsom in 2028, because voters will be able to compare the strength and stability under Trump with the chaos of Newsom's governorship. Newsom, however, feels entitled to be the Democratic nominee. But let's remember, Democrats don't exactly have a strong record of letting democracy decide. Kamala Harris became the nominee in 2024 without a single Democratic primary vote cast after Biden dropped out. The DNC also sidelined RFK Jr. when he polled better than Biden by blocking debates. And of course, they rigged the 2016 primary against Bernie Sanders to protect Hillary Clinton. So it's no surprise Newsom thinks the Democratic machine will just hand him the nomination. But here's the reality: his court battles aren't going his way, his approval is collapsing, and his own state already tried to recall him. If this is his idea of building a national profile, he's failing miserably.
The latest in the redistricting battle. Today, California Republicans filed an emergency petition with the state Supreme Court. They say the process is unconstitutional. They allege redistricting violates the state's constitution, bypasses the 30-day public review period for new legislation, and takes away voter rights to independent redistricting.
That as long as I have breath in my body, I'm going to fight every step of the way this from happening. Every loophole that they do, every constitutional measure that they break, we're going to challenge.
Newsom still has a few major hurdles to clear if he hopes to salvage his political future before the holidays. One of the biggest is a constitutional challenge to his redistricting plan, Proposition 50, which aims to redraw California's congressional maps in favor of Democrats. But the plan is on shaky ground. Early polling shows most Californians oppose Proposition 50. Voters are questioning Newsom's motives, especially since his proposal sidesteps the independent commission specifically created to prevent partisan power grabs like this one. In a state of more than 40 million residents, millions of mail-in ballots will go out with minimal verification, raising further concerns about election integrity. Even with that advantage, Newsom is gambling. If voters reject Proposition 50 in the November special election, It won't just be a policy defeat, it could cripple his ambitions for 2028. Losing badly on this issue would confirm what many already suspect, that his leadership is weak, his motives self-serving, and his support base collapsing.
News, it was a big win,
Big win.
for Donald Trump, right, Griff?
That's right. Out in California, the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. This is a very liberal court, mind you. The panel finding that the president was correct. He has the authority to deploy the National Guard. And they really were unanimous in deciding this, simply saying that their review of it is that under U.S. Code 10, the president has the authority to deploy the National Guard when regular forces aren't able to enforce U.S. law.
Trump is making a habit of defeating Democrats like Newsom in court. And given how often Newsom tries to bend or break state and federal law, that pattern is likely to continue until he's out of office. For Californians, his eventual exit can't come soon enough. The recent National Guard ruling in Los Angeles is especially significant. It establishes an important precedent. Local leaders can't simply ignore crime and chaos in their cities without consequences. If they refuse to act, the courts have affirmed that Trump has the authority to step in and restore order. The message from the judicial system couldn't be clearer. Governors, do your job, or Trump will do it for you.